What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Gumby and the Goobers. Brian, how we doing? Week 15. Talk me through it.
Week 15 is where the lore creates an underdog. I'm starting to learn. This is after week like we've talked a lot about best ball and we talked a lot about strategy. This is the week where all of that noise comes to fruition. So I'm excited to talk about some best ball strategy and some high level learnings that we've had over the last couple of months since doing the stream. We'll talk a little bit more about our specific best ball team and then some of the individual ones that Eric and I had done, separate from each other. And then we'll break down some of the week 15 slate itself and see what we like. How about you?
Tuna, what's good? How we doing? And this is where we draft good football players. So true. And that's what it's all about, drafting good football players. So my best ball, do you want to get right into breaking it down?
Yeah, I think the people don't care about us as people. They want to see what we do in
All right.
underdog. So let's do it.
Let me share. I don't feel like fixing that, so you're gonna be separate from me today.
That's fine. Separate in spirit.
I think it's in live still. Yeah. So I still have 3 eliminators left.
Wow.
Which is way above expected. Someone was saying that expected was like 0.3 teams at this point. So I'm pretty high above expected.
And if memory serves, you had 66% Daniels and McLaurin last week.
Let's see what I got. Yeah, I had a sweaty one. Chase Brown led me to the promised land. I thought I wasn't going to get there, but I ended up getting there. So this is my highest exposed players. These are the only people I have more than one of.
Wow, yeah. Rico, Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, and McLaurin and Jacobs. That's the key to success this year.
I mean, when you have 150 teams, you're going to get lucky a few times. So,
is that how many teams you had in the eliminator?
Yeah, max eliminator.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought it was better chance to realize your equity than playing a tournament with 700,000 people.
That's probably fair.
I'm feeling pretty good about it. I have a Daniels stack, but the only thing I don't feel good about is Gardner Minshew. It's not great.
Yeah, that's not a good look. But he was playing okay before he got killed. So, what are you gonna do?
All my quarterback teams are 3 quarterbacks, so it doesn't really matter that much.
All you need is just a guy to get 20 points, unless it's Josh Allen who decided to drop 60 last week for me. Let me just apologize. We'll get into this and I'll apologize. Go ahead.
No, go for it. Get into the tilt.
Well, it wasn't even a tilt. I just want to apologize to all of the viewers. I probably had and I felt bad because I didn't even really lose any money because I didn't do any. But I gave my flag plants last week. I said, why is Josh Allen going in the first 5 picks? That makes no sense. Is there not one other quarterback in the 19 that would be playing that would compare to what he scores? Turns out there wasn't. So that was wrong on my part. I had James Cook as a flag plant, 3.9 points. Wrong on my part. I had George Pickens as my wide receiver 3. Didn't play. That's on me. Like, it just seemed like everyone that I called out either didn't play or sucked. Or the ones that I said to fade dropped a 60-point, bomb in my face. And now looking at the ADP for the first time today, seeing that he's going as the 101 in the drafts, and I can't say anything about it.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You want to take him there or no?
No.
Yeah, based on the projections, it's not. You shouldn't take him there, but I also don't want to have 0 Josh Allen, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't want to either, but
Stafford's struggling. Tuna says.
I heard it was raining there, so yeah, makes sense. Stafford is not a good weather bro quarterback.
So let's go to our BBM team. Who do we have tonight? I think we have Kittle. Yeah, we have Kittle tonight. Yep. So this is the only team. We did 5 drafts over the summer with the Goobers. This is the only one that advanced. So 1 on 5, 20%. It's actually pretty good. My overall advance rate out of like 80 teams was 15%. So we did better than me. Small sample, but yeah, I'm not really feeling too good about this team. I think it's dead. We don't have enough running back firepower, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was looking back at our stream that we did. It was our first ever stream, the one that for those that want to ever go back and watch it. But we were at a crossroads, and I remember after our first stream, I was mocked ridiculed even for suggesting to take a player like Jerome Ford, because I'm thinking in redraft brain and not best ball. So this draft that we have this team in, I said, you know what? Fine. We'll take Jonathan Brooks. Even though I disagree with it, blah, blah, blah. We could have taken Chuba Hubbard at that same exact position. I went back and watched the stream to confirm it because I remember thinking we should have taken Chuba there because he actually was playing football and he is a good football player. And yet we're stuck with Jonathan Brooks. And Chuba is probably a top 7 projected running back rest of season. So not the best, but we'll see. You never know. There's some firepower on this team potentially.
Well, did you see Chuba's projection this week? It's bananas.
No, I did not. I didn't have a chance to look at him when you sent it.
He's projected for 19.1 half PPR points.
No way.
Yeah.
19. What does that make him? Like the running back 5?
Running back 3 behind Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, he got 30 touches last week. I'm going to click the shit out of him. He's going in the third round. Like, I'm going to click him every time.
Is he going that? Why is he going in the third round if he's projected as the RB3?
Well, because projections came out last night.
Jeez. All right. Well, with that said, we should just hop in a draft then.
Yeah. So I have 13 teams left.
What's your exposures looking like for these?
We'll just do BBM.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase makes sense. Kyron kind of makes sense.
Yep.
I have a lot of Baker. I think I have a lot of Godwin too. Oh no, none of the Godwin advanced. That's nice. A lot of Mike Evans, a lot of Bucky. Bucky's going to be out this week. This could be a mega leverage spot, like
for sure,
with Rashad White. I don't know how long-term Bucky's injury is, but we'll see.
I think if I had to guess, he's not. I don't think he's playing this week, but I think he has a good chance to play next week. That's just what my instincts are telling me.
Zeke, I don't know. I shouldn't have had. I have 4 teams with Zeke advancing. I should have had 0 total teams with him, but
that's crazy. How did you get? You had a goose every week. How did you advance with him?
I don't know.
Jonnu, you like that?
Yeah, I like Jonnu.
Juwan Johnson might be alive with Taysom out.
I mean, it's about time. Like, give Juwan Johnson the ball. He's clearly good. He looked good last week. I like Taysom can go fuck off. Like, let Juwan Johnson cook.
You've been on Juwan Johnson. I'll give you credit for like 4 years. It feels like every year you're always big on him.
I like Tracy. I like Bowers. I mean, like Charbonnet. I like looks good. Seems pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that many teams, so we'll see. But Tuna said, "Is it only 2 of you guys now?" Anthony is coming back next week, so if you're an Anthony ball knower, then he'll be back next week.
He decided to ditch us for a holiday party today because he has a big boy job. We just sit here and draft all day.
Do you want to hop in? What do you want to do first? BR, playoff best ball?
Do you want to just high level go through each position for the main slate real quick?
Yeah, we could do that.
Just like what your takeaways are. I don't know if you've had time to do your rankings and your interpretation of the data.
I didn't do any official rankings, but I did take a nice look at projections.
Okay. So looking at quarterbacks, what's the thought process here? Whether you want to give specific players or just like a go early Allen or wait till round 6.
I mean, in theory, you should never take Allen where he's going and just always take Daniels, Hurts, Kyler, maybe. Baker's fine. That's probably what I would do. Bo Nix. Like, I'm probably going to have like most of my exposures around these guys and just a little bit with Josh Allen.
Yeah. My top 3 before, like I said, I haven't looked at the projections. This is just, I actually sent this to you, Eric, earlier today yesterday before the projections were out. But my top 3 quarterbacks were Kyler, Jaden Daniels, and Bo Nix. Seems pretty obvious. Jaden going as like the QB4 on the slate right now when he was, in recent weeks was going in like the middle of the second round as like the top quarterback or the second quarterback. That just seems like a good leverage spot for him. Kyler against New England. I think New England's defense is not very good. Kyler is due for a huge blow-up game. He either gets like 10 points or 30 points. I don't want to be on the sidelines when he gets the 30-point game. And Bo Nix playing against Indy, not a good defense. Bo Nix has looked very good this whole season. So those are my top 3 values.
Yeah, we were talking in Discord today about Kyler's projection just being super volatile because he projects pretty well, but like it could either be like a 10-point game or like 30. So like I'll definitely take some shots, but I don't think he's like a mega smash.
Kyler is like the JMO of quarterbacks. Like he'll either get 10 or 30 and never like 18. I know he got 18 the last 2 weeks, but it really does feel like though, like his blow up games will be like 300, 2 touchdowns, and like 50 yards and a rushing touchdown or something.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm probably going to be most overweight on Jaden Daniels if I had to guess. We'll see though.
Yeah. What about running backs?
Any thoughts?
What about running back? What's your philosophy here? We got 3 running backs, 8 per ADP going in the first round. I know we just talked about Chuba being projected as the RB3, which my inclination is that you're probably going to want to wait on running backs and take like a Chuba, Rashad White.
I mean, I think all of these running backs are good. Like I'll take them when they come to me. Derrick Henry and Barkley have huge projections, so I want them every time as much as I can. I keep being Chase Brown. I think he's a better pick than the projections say. And Gibbs and Achane have insane ceilings. Mixon, I don't know. Like they want to run the shit out of the ball, but I feel like every week I fade him, so I might as well just keep it going. Obviously love Chuba.
Does Gibbs have like huge upside?
Yes.
It's hard when you know that Montgomery's probably due for like 50 and a touchdown. It feels like things really have to break right for Gibbs. Maybe this matchup against Buffalo because it's a high over under and you expect them to have to shoot it out, but like high, I don't know if I would say like slate breaking upside for Gibbs. Maybe one week.
He definitely does. He definitely does.
Okay.
Disagree. What do you think about running back?
My top 3, I had Henry projected as my RB1 prior to projections being released. And then I texted you before Chuba and Rashad White. I think Rashad White is just a very easy leverage play. I don't think Bucky's going to play. So I think wherever Rashad White's going, like 35.6, like that is the easiest last round scroll ever. It's probably fake.
No, I don't think so. You don't think you're not worried about what's the guy's name? The
Sean Tucker.
Superman, yeah, Sean Tucker.
No, I don't think so. We saw what Rashad White did yesterday, or not yesterday, last week after Bucky got hurt. It's the Rashad White and Bucky Irving show, and Sean Tucker might steal like a goal line carry or two, but then he'll fumble again, and they'll realize why he's not starting.
Wait, is this real? JMO and Kyron are cousins?
Really?
Real?
I never knew that. Wow, one's good at football and one pretends to be. I'll let you guys decide
which one. I'm going to guess Kyron pretends to be, but I don't know.
You can decide. I'm a little concerned about Kyron. He gives me like Kareem Hunt vibes. Runs fast, straight up the field, but he's not fast. Like he just gets.
They love him. Who cares? They love him.
I know he gets insane volume, which is why I love him. But it's if you told me that he had, I don't know, 15 carries in a game, like I would never want to take him because I think it's 15 for 60, and you have to hope for 2 touchdowns, which not fun to chase.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chase, let's jump into wide receivers.
Speaking of Chase seems like an absolute smash here. Like it's this tier, like it's Chase and then nothing, and then it's honestly pretty flat. Like Nico, Amon-Ra, Tyreek, CD, they don't really separate that much from the guys after them. So that makes me think running back, quarterback, tight end early, you know.
Is CeeDee Lamb closer to the Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra tier or the Terry McLaurin, AJ Brown, Cortland Sutton tier for you?
Probably closer to the top tier.
And you said Jamar, you think Jamar is in a tier of his own, and then Nico starts tier 2?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I had
the projections really like you're never going to believe it. They like him every week. You're not going to believe it.
Who?
T. Higgins.
Of course they do. I mean, it's what I like T. Higgins.
I know you do, but it's just so funny that every week it's the same thing.
Every week it's the same thing because the Bengals have the highest passer, neutral pass rating in the NFL. They have a very good quarterback in Burrow, a high-powered offense, and they have a running back that can catch the ball. So what's the reason to run it, especially with how bad that defense is? My only concern with going after T. Higgins is that playing against Tennessee, the Bengals might not get pushed to have to score like 30-plus points because the Titans may only have to score 17.
I'm not worried about that. They have a ridiculous pass rate over expectation. They'll just keep throwing it no matter what. They don't care.
Well, they've had to because the last couple of weeks against the teams they've played, they've been able to put up points. But we'll see.
Doc, how we doing? Appreciate you stopping by.
What's up, Doc? Thanks for hopping in.
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
Kyron is so bad. If he doesn't score touchdowns, I'd rather run Corum. Yeah, that's the problem. They just love the guy, and he just gets every goal line carry for some reason. I mean, like he's good at the goal line, like he scores, but as he breaks a tackle and goes for a great run.
That's what I was just about to say. He scores. He's a very good goal line back, but I don't know if he's. I mean, maybe it's just wear and tear because he gets like 25 touches a game, so
Yeah.
kind of expected. My wide receivers, just really quick.
Sorry.
I actually had Nico Collins as my wide receiver one. I think Houston Miami is a very, very interesting game dynamic. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like 55 plus points scored in this game. And I think Stroud is going to default to Nico. It is a tough matchup, but you can't not start Nico and not be excited about him. Devontae Adams, my number 2 against Jacksonville. I think this is going to be a spot where Aaron Rodgers tries to tell the world, hey, I'm not done. Pay me, sign me for next year and we'll help win a Super Bowl kind of thing. And Devontae Adams, double-digit targets the last couple of games. He's looked pretty good, a lone bright spot for the Jets. It's a shame he won't be on the team after this year, but I still like his usage in the offense and how much Roger features him. And then Adam Thielen against Dallas. That Dallas is not a good matchup. We just saw what Burrow and the Bengals did. Obviously, I'm not comparing the Panthers to Cincinnati, but Thielen in that role has been very, very good the last couple of weeks. So he's ADP 35.5. Potential good leverage spot on somebody who's not getting drafted in 100% of drafts.
Yeah, I don't know how well you looked at projections, but ETR.
I didn't look at them at all.
ETR is Devontae as the 5th highest wide receiver. So
really, yeah,
his ADP is probably fake. It was the same, same thing. He always projects well.
It's hard not to with that role he's in.
They also love McConkey.
Yeah, I also think betting on Adams is also a bet that they're going to have to throw the ball a lot because without Breece Hall with Breece Hall not expected to play, like Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams should be getting both double-digit targets.
Wait, the Panthers are favorites over the Cowboys?
They are. 1 point. I think it's 1.5.
That is a giga max bet on the Cowboys. That is insanity.
I am not one to give bets on.
Me neither. I don't.
You are. This year you've been great.
Yeah. Thoughts on tight end?
Tight end for me, looking at my rankings from yesterday, I'm going to have to remove my man David Njoku. Really sad. Get better soon. Hamstring. I like Jonnu a lot. Kind of goes along with what I was saying earlier with Tyreek. I think and with Nico. I think this is a game where I have a feeling this will be like the highest scoring game on the slate when all things are said and done. So I just want pieces of that team. And I think Jonnu is somebody that they, like I said, they really like to involve him in the offense. So Jonnu, I really like. Sam Laporta has quietly but continuously gotten more involved as the season's gone on. I like their usage. I think, again, Detroit Buffalo, 52.5 over under. I don't think this is a game where Detroit can just rely on running the ball 25 to 30 times. So I think they're going to have to get the passing game going. And I think Laporta is going to be a pretty big beneficiary of that. And I expect Amon-Ra to kind of get taken away a little bit by the Buffalo's defense. And third, I'll give you a little shout out of Mr. Juwan Johnson against Washington. That also has the potential to be, I don't want to say a high game, but I think New Orleans is going to be chasing points most of the time. And I think Hayner is going to rely on those short area dump offs. And I think Juwan Johnson, if they score a touchdown, is probably the one that gets the reception.
Yeah. I'm a fan of the scroll tight ends this week. I like Ertz. I like Henry. Youth is fine. Otten's good. Ingram. Is he going to play? Yeah, he's probably not. I don't know why he doesn't have a tag.
I didn't know he was injured.
Yeah, I think those are probably my favorites. I don't know why no one's drafting them, but yeah, we'll see. Tunis has another Tim Patrick game.
I would like to give myself a bit of credit. I was just a week early on the Thanksgiving slate. I said this has all the makings of a Tim Patrick game, and then 2 touchdowns later, what do you know? Tim Patrick game.
Yep. All right. Let's hop in a draft. Need 4 to fill this. It's crazy how quick people are sick fucks for drafting these playoff best ball all week. Like, could not be me.
Why did it fill already?
Like the little one filled, but like
really,
the playoff best ball fills faster than regular BRs. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't think it's fun to draft personally, but people love them.
You don't like to draft the playoff ones?
No, I just get sniped every time, and it pisses me off.
That's fair.
It's like, oh, I have 4 Lions, and then this guy just took Naked Goff. Like, what are you doing, buddy? Like, what's your path? Need 2 in this if anyone wants to hop in. We're in a main BR.
Tuna said that he has a Tim Patrick team that made it to the playoffs. Let's hope.
In best ball or like managed?
The way he said that made me think it's best ball. He has a Tim.
Yeah, I thought the opposite.
Really? Tuna,
Yeah.
clarify. I think you and I are on the same wavelength.
I don't even think I don't think he was drafted in best ball.
You don't think Tim Patrick was drafted in best ball?
What did he?
You don't think
before the season?
He wasn't on the Lions before the season. He was on the Broncos, and he had a couple of good preseason games, and then the Broncos traded him. So I would have expected him to get drafted at least like 5% of the time. Oh, best ball, but not BBM. Okay, makes sense.
Oh, he was drafted 6,000 times.
At what percentage is that?
Let's see. Who was drafted every time? McCaffrey.
Well, how many teams were there?
I don't know. There's 56,000 McCaffrey teams.
Okay, so like 8.7%.
Doc said I have some Tim Patrick in the big board. The big board was the contest before the NFL draft. I think you'd probably be good at that, right?
What's big board? I don't know what that is.
It's before the NFL draft at best ball.
Before the NFL draft?
So all the rookies are like on no teams yet. So you can get some weird things.
Good God. I would hate that.
Like McConkey was like a 16th round pick in big board, I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Well, nobody expected him to go to Los Angeles, so I can understand why.
Yeah. Best ball bags need Tony Pollard to play. Is he questionable?
He didn't practice because of his ankle.
Oh boy. Tyjae Spears week.
Which is a shame because I actually thought Pollard could have a good game this week.
Yeah, I mean, he still might. So if Josh Allen falls to us, he won't because this guy has no badge and he doesn't know what he's doing. But if he falls to us, he's definitely the pick.
I don't know. You give the no badges no. Yeah, I was gonna say if I had a no badge, I would not take Josh Allen either.
So Josh Allen at 5 is going to be pretty rare. So to me, we just take whoever the ADP faller is, regardless of projection, just to get even rarer. But I mean, like it's not that rare because his ADP he's like the highest player, but his ADP is like 2.4.
Yeah,
which means he is falling. Usually, I'm assuming it's going to be in the sharp lobbies.
Right.
Probably Amon-Ra. Do you like Amon-Ra this week?
I mean, it correlates with Allen.
See, that makes me not want to do it.
Okay, then let's take HN.
No, let's do it.
Well, just look at the numbers though. Like if Amon-Ra's ADP was like a 6 and Josh Allen's was like a 2 or 3, how rare would it be to have Josh Allen and Amon-Ra on the same team?
Yeah, I don't know, but I just think like people are going to be trying to get this combination because people don't like to stack Josh Allen. They'd rather take him naked, and then they're like, "Oh, I'll just do a bring back instead." Like, "Oh, big brain." But I think people are way overdoing that with Allen.
Yeah.
Did you see the team that won last week?
Won what?
The main BR.
No.
I'll show you.
Bad?
It's just a team. Like it wasn't a bad team. So the guy who won, I was talking to him. He's in the Discord. I was talking to him like actually about like NBA.
Oh, we got Doc in the lobby, by the way. Friends and family. Hello, Doc.
The guy that won his name's K-Bash. He's in the Discord. I was talking to him. Like we were talking about NBA processes and stuff, and he was talking about how like he was taking like double stacks without the quarterback, and we were like everyone was like, "Oh, like fucking stupid! Like what are you doing?" And then he wins with Josh Allen, double stacked with Minnesota. So I know nothing. I would have never gotten to this team. Like I literally like you could have given me 5,000 teams. I probably wouldn't have picked this team. So
I was wondering about that, not from a double receiver point of view, but like if you had a quarterback in team A and then a running back wide receiver in team B and they were playing each other, like if that, like how fragile of a build is that?
Wait, say that one more time.
You have like Kyron and Cup, but you have Purdy, in the example today, like 2 players against the opponent of the quarterback that you draft.
Yeah, let's make this pick first.
I like Lamb. You like T. We can go T. I'm okay with T.
Chuba Hubbard goes 14.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So it's a fake ADP.
You know, people make jokes like when that happens, like when his ADP is like 20 and he goes 14 because he projects well. It's people showing off their subscription to ETR. Got to show it off.
It's true. So we're back on the clock. We can unfilter this for quarterbacks since we already have Allen.
I think Kelsey's fine. I like Connor a lot.
Do you?
Probably fine. Connor projects pretty well. Devontae Adams.
Well, we don't have a running back yet. We could probably get Rashad White towards the end.
Yeah.
But if you want to start with Connor, this is probably the spot.
Yeah. My lean this week is probably to do more naked quarterbacks than not, just because there's a lot of rushing quarterbacks being drafted, like Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Lamar. They're all on the slate this week. So that makes me lean more naked quarterbacks.
We just saw last week that Josh Allen can be fine naked. I would honestly be more surprised if he took somebody with him than if he just did it by himself like he did last week.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like his super mega ceiling is more there when he doesn't take anyone. Like, this sounds dumb, but if you think about it, it probably makes sense. Where, like, if he hits his super 50-point ceiling, he has 3 rushing touchdowns.
For sure. So, yep. That's correct. We saw, we just saw it last week. It's not dumb to say. Like, yeah, okay, Josh Allen takes somebody. That probably means he has 2, passing touchdowns. But I don't know. We just saw last week what the ceiling for him is, and that is not something that exists for 99% of the quarterbacks.
Jake Haener starting for the Saints. So is this just a Kamara game? Kamara projects decently well. I don't know if I agree with it. I might bump him down a point just because, Kendre Miller didn't play a lot, but he took 12 carries or something crazy. Like, when he was in, he was getting the ball. I don't like that.
Scored the rushing touchdown. Kamara played about 75% of the snaps. It felt like it was less than that. I was surprised to see the true number when I looked at it.
Well, that's because he got the ball every time he was in the game, Kendre Miller.
Yeah, that's fair. Kamara just hasn't looked the same. I thought it was because he had a couple tough matchups and was just unlucky with the touchdowns. But he just looks a little bit slower. Maybe it's the age. Maybe it's the touches. Maybe it's just the lack of motivation. I mean, how much motivation can you have if you're the Saints? I mean, Jesus. But we'll see. So we're on the clock. We have Josh Allen, James Conner, Amon-Ra, and T. Higgins. This is a good team. I like this. I like the start of this team.
I love Rico.
I've been on the Rico train for a long time. We could also go Rachaad White.
This feels like a Rico.
Okay. I'm good with that. And then who do you like at tight end? Because we're on the clock in a second.
This Doc says naked Burrow's kind of gross, but the guy took Hurts from me. That's unfortunate.
That sucks. There's nothing worse than that.
You said you like Laporta.
I do. We have the double with Amon-Ra and the correlation with Allen. Is that good or bad?
I would probably not do that, but it won last week, so I know fucking nothing.
You like Kate Otten, you said?
Yeah, I think I like Henry more.
I like Henry. Yeah, Hooper's concerning though.
Henry just gets 10 targets a week. It's for no reason. So
I know, but Hooper scores touchdowns every week.
I know, but not sticky. Henry is more likely to score a touchdown, even though he hasn't scored.
I think you're right. Let's recap Doc's team.
Pop it out.
So we already know the caveat that he has a naked Burrow team because Hurts got sniped. So let's see what he has. He has started with Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs, A.J. Brown, Joe Burrow, Jonnu Smith, and then unknown. See, now I have a question here. Is this a team, because you have Burrow, is this a team where you force like an Andre Yoshivas on this team just to have some sort of stack with Burrow, or do you just take like the best player available and hope that naked Burrow somehow makes it impactful?
In the 6-mans, I would not do that at all.
Okay.
It's because what do you need? You need, I don't know,
like 15 to 20 points.
Probably at least 20 points from the flex spot or the second receiver spot.
Mm-hmm.
He took Ridley. And people underestimate how often naked quarterback gets there. So I would just take the quarterback that no one is taking naked and just try it.
Yeah, makes sense. And Tuna, you just said it. He took Calvin Ridley last pick. Tuna also said a couple minutes ago, he said someone got a Chase, Saquon, and Burrow team. Is that a GM, and BR?
Probably not because Burrow's going late, but Chase Saquon's nice.
Chase Saquon is fun.
Oh, this one insta-filled. Tiger Woods.
You know,
he was in our stream, right? He's been watching NBA. He's been up top. He was up top a lot yesterday.
It must be close to halftime because the drafts are filling now.
Yeah, that's true.
So we have the 3 spot. We already took Josh Allen, so it probably makes sense to just pass on him unless he's I'm curious with us not taking him third, how far he goes. Like is taking him at like 4 or 5 like we did last draft ridiculous, or is he going to fall somehow to like mid-second now? Guess we'll find out.
I don't think he'll ever fall to mid-second. Tuna said because it's a 3-0 game.
Hey, you know what? I'll take being less boring than the NFL game. So if that's how we got to get viewers, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And speaking of viewers, if you guys are in the stream and you're liking the content, make sure you hit the like button. Really helps out the channel grow. If you are not subscribed, which 65% of you are not that are watching this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And we appreciate everyone that's here. Tuna, Doc, everyone else that stops in all the time. We appreciate you. Thank you very much for your support.
Yeah, appreciate it. Like we always say, it makes it more fun when you guys are bullshitting with us in the chat. So appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
My one eliminator team has Matthew Stafford, who has 1.5 points. That's not a good start to the week.
Jeez. Well, I was watching the game before we streamed for a bit. Josh Allen, 101 with a badge. That is interesting.
That's probably most of the time where he's going.
Really? Okay.
Henry or Saquon, any strong leans? I'm okay with either one.
Henry has a much easier matchup.
Yeah, he projects better too. I don't know. Matchups aren't real, so.
I don't know. Pittsburgh, Philly. Does that not have like defensive battle like 17-10 written all over it the way they've been playing?
If Saquon busts this week, it's going to be so glorious for all the best ballers. Oh, it's going to be so good.
It's gonna be interesting. I do have a team that has like I have a Derrick Henry, Saquon, Jamar Chase team. It's ridiculous. That team put up like 1850 in the little Schnauzer, whatever the hell it's called, the mini one. That one was one of my 4 or 5 that advanced. But we can talk a little bit about at some point in the stream just some takeaways that I have from doing some of these drafts. Obviously this was done when I didn't really know what underdog was and that sort of thing. But I think there's some validity to my thought process. And I'm curious after a year of doing it and you know, you having an extra year of experience doing it this year again, I'm curious what your thoughts are on some of my takeaways.
What are your takeaways?
I think, and I've been saying this from day one, so I don't want you to think that I've had a closed mind to it. I don't think let me just say it. I think the importance of stacking is very evident. Like quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, like that makes sense, is obvious, like duh. The part that I've struggled with since we started this in August, and I will keep you guys on a cliffhanger until after we make this pick. Sucks that we're in the middle of the round because I can never.
Dying to know. I'm really dying to know. I think I have an idea, but
you definitely know. If Nico falls, then he is the pick.
If not, do you have a preference? I probably prefer Achan.
I prefer Achan.
Just me knowing ball.
It's hard not to with his usage.
T's from Tennessee. Oh, revenge narrative or something. Whatever people want to call it. Homecoming.
Nico goes. We'll take Achan. 2 running backs early.
Tuna says, will you do more than 1 stream a week? Depends on the week. Sometimes we do 2. Sometimes we do 1.
Yeah. This is my busy time for work, so it gets a little tough, but we always try to make time for you guys.
All right.
Anyway,
what was your takeaway?
My takeaway was that, yes, correlating your players in the same game is important, but at what cost? Like, I went back and looked at our draft because I'm a sick freak for best ball, and there were plenty of times we could have taken a player like a Chase Brown or like a Bucky Irving, but because that team didn't correlate with our players, we defaulted to taking other players that were worse because they correlated in the same week. Like, that's the part that you have to, like, I guess it's very hard to make a build that has a stacking potential with correlation with good players. Like, I guess that's what you're trying to do, but it does not seem easy to do.
We're on the clock here. Do you have a read on if McBride is going to play or not?
I think he's going to play. This could be a Kyler McBride stack team.
I'm down for that.
I'm okay with that.
All right. Yeah, so like that's in hindsight, yes, it's so easy. It's like, oh, just pick the player who scored more points, like duh. But like the thing is, like when we're doing it, we don't know who the better player is going to be. So the tiebreaker is just going to be the correlation, where it's like,
I don't. But I think
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, because like if you're correlating like all the time in your drafts, like it's just going to automatically get you to diversify too, because it's going to be like, oh, like well, I'm in this spot, and now I don't remember the matchups, a Chief stack, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to take Jalen Warren here instead of always taking Alexander Madison. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But
No, that was right. Chiefs Pittsburgh is week
Yeah, that's the only
17.
one I remember.
Also 49ers and Lions I remember as well.
Yeah.
But like the only reason I'm saying this is because like in all of the best ball draft and all of the 5 that I did, I stacked my quarterback receiver 100% Chase and Burrow, duh. But then I just picked randomly good players. I don't even know if they correlate in 15 or 16 or 17. I just picked players that score points, and it did well. I mean, no, that's the thing. I min cashed. Will I advance after this? Probably not.
That's
That I
exactly
guess
what I was
that's
going
the
to say.
difference.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Congratulations, you 1.5 extra money. See you next year.
Yeah. Okay,
Like,
that's fair. It's a
yeah.
fair point. It's a fair point.
And
But
that's
I
like
think
it's hard like until you see it. But like I said, like because the game stack correlation, like it doesn't. It's not like if you do that, you automatically are going to advance. It just gives you like a 3% more likely chance to advance. Which like if you stack that 3% each team you do, that adds up. But like in one
yeah,
individual team, it's nothing.
right.
Thoughts here?
I'm good
Always
with
say T
let's
Higgins.
take T and then we'll take Kyler or AJ Brown on the way back.
But yes, no,
Wow.
like I get what you're saying, and it's hard because that correlation like between different team players in the same game is pretty weak overall. But when it does hit, it's just going to help you so much, especially because the field still isn't doing it enough. If the field was doing it in every single draft, everyone was doing it, then I would say never do it because you can get an edge because you're going to get unique teams by not bringing back ever. But because no one's doing it yet, it seems like it's still plus EV to do it.
Yeah. Part of the reason why I asked you about doing like a naked Burrow instead of trying to stack Burrow with Yosivash was because like that was kind of my point. It's like, do you want to force a stack just to say you have a stack or correlation, or do you want to take a player that's projected for much better, maybe not much better, but projected better that doesn't correlate with your team? Like to me, it's just score points. I don't care how you do it, but I know it's harder to do it that way. That's my rant.
Kyler's there.
Kyler might be able to get on the bring back if we want to fill out our wide receiver position one more time. I like Evans. I'm surprised he's going so far.
You like McConkey?
I don't know if he's going to play.
That's fine.
I like Adams too.
Let's take Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot what I was going to say about the best ball stuff. Like
I was talking about like naked Burrow versus not sacrificing bad players.
Yeah, so like when you're going back and like looking at like when we're drafting, like the projections there are so fragile based on season long, based on role, based on injury, based on everything. Where it's like this week, like Cincinnati's healthy and Yoshi's projection is whatever 6.5 points. Where it's like that's pretty stable. Like he might catch a touchdown, but he's not going to score 30 points.
That's fair.
If T Higgins was hurt, that's a different story. Maybe he does.
Yeah.
Whereas like in best ball, you don't know what's going to happen. That's also the thing. Like it's kind of telling yourself, like I know nothing about what's going to happen in the next 3 months. Like I might as well just like draft like I'm dumb and diversify.
It's yeah. Well, although Warren Buffett has said, and I agree with him, that diversifying is stupid because it limits your risk, but it limits your upside. But I understand, like if you take 80% of a player and he gets hurt or sucks, then all your teams are basically dead.
Well, we talked about this too a little bit, where it's like, if you're normally like this, diversifying makes you like this, which is fine. Like if
it's good if it works, that's the thing. Like if you had 60% Burrow Chase, congratulations, you probably advanced 60% of your teams.
Well, yeah, congratulations. Everyone else has 60% Burrow now too, anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
I know, but like that's what I'm struggling with. It's like Saquon was such a good pick through the season, but now in week 15, it's a horrible pick. But you couldn't have gotten
one bad week because it just takes one bad week and everyone's done.
I know, but like, that's such a hard thing to like in my brain reconcile with. It's like, yeah, you want like Barkley's the clear 101 in clear running back one. He's been unbelievable this entire season. Everyone in the underdog streets were basically wrong about him, from what I understand. And now after he's had a career best year, might have the rushing title, whatever, gonna have 20 touchdowns this year. You don't want him, but like it's just like counterintuitive. It's like, of course you want the guy that got you to the you dance with the girl that you brought to the dance.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it doesn't really matter in the first round where if Barkley scores, like, if he scores 15 points, doesn't hurt you, doesn't help you, like that. It doesn't mean much. If he scores 30 points this week, he's going to be like 80% owned next week because he's already mega owned now.
Yeah.
And then every Saquon team is going to advance, and it's going to be, that's when you really get the leverage where if you advance a team without him, that's really, really good.
Right. Same with Chase though. Like Chase's advance rate has to be at par or maybe even more than Barkley.
Yeah. I'm curious how different the Eliminator finals exposures are going to look compared to BBM, because like the players who smashed over like the regular season but like had ups and downs are going to be worse than BBM, where like if you scored a 60-point week, your advance rate just automatically skyrockets.
Yeah.
Let's catch up on chat a little bit. Doc said, took down the Wildcat last week, took Jefferson round 1, Allen round 2, and got lucky Puka fell round 3, picked from the 5 hole. Did you have any Jordan Addison or no? Or just Jefferson?
Wow. If you took down the Wildcat without Addison, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
You must have had Charbonnet there too.
Congrats, Doc. We're on the clock.
Yeah, congrats, Doc. Is this a Barkley pick?
Yeah. Do you think Kenneth Walker sits? Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna.
Almost.
They're talking about like going out for tests. Like you don't talk about getting more tests done on your calf unless you're not expecting to play.
Oh, he's a Tracy enjoyer. He knows ball.
Nice.
Welcome, Doc. We know ball. We like Tracy as well.
We have Tracy in our.
How much Tracy did I? I'm curious how much Tracy I advanced in best ball. Let me know if we're on the clock. I'm going to check my teams.
Okay. Yep. We'll be on the clock in about 10 seconds.
Okay, I'll just come back then.
Tuna said that the winner of the Dog Bowl didn't even have Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the Dog Bowl. Our boy Best Ball Viper took it down.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You always talk about him. I'm glad he won. Is this a Chase Brown pick? I don't like going 2 running backs again, like to start, but you IKB him, so I trust you.
And then he said in that draft before he took Ridley because he wanted to bring back to Naked Burrow.
Yeah, that's about as good as you could do when your quarterback gets sniped a pick before in the 5th round.
I hope I have a lot of Tracy. I feel like that's great leverage there. Yeah, I have 17%. That's good. I'll take that.
We have him in our one advancing best ball team.
Well, that team's dead anyway, so it's it doesn't help.
You say that, but you never know.
Dead. It's dead.
Amari Cooper scored 60 points in week 15 or 16 last year. Never say die.
If I said if I'm bored tomorrow, I'll build like a rough like sim to like put everyone from like the pod in. You can like sim out your teams, like how likely you are to advance. That team would be like 1% to advance. Like it's you don't understand how dead it is.
No, I do understand it, but I just don't want to believe it. Is this man? I don't want to take McBride again, but like,
what about like try to do Terry and Jaden?
We could try. Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're excited about it, then so am I.
How's NBA drafts been for you lately? Pretty good. The last like week have been like even pretty much. Trying to think. Like I had a couple like days where I like nailed my exposures and just didn't get paid off super well. So like I didn't like win anything, but my 1% finishes are still good. Yeah, it's about even the past few weeks.
Nice. Yeah, you had such a hot start. I just assumed you were going to win every contest.
Yeah, I should have won like 2 more, but didn't get there. But that's what happens when you win the first couple weeks. You're gonna run bad a little bit,
right?
So expect
I heard Nez had a couple of good weeks of NBA too.
Nez couldn't lose. It was unbelievable.
Really? That's fun.
Let me see. I actually just updated my accounting spreadsheet. My ROI from NBA this year so far is 47%, which is above what my simulated expected ROI is. So like I think I'm still running a little bit hot. It'll probably drop down. Like over the full season, it's going to be between like 25 and 35. I had to guess.
Makes sense.
So, unless my sims are a little biased, which is possible, but
they should favor you. It's like you're building like Frankenstein.
In theory, they should favor me if I always use drafted by ETR projections. In theory.
Yeah.
Which maybe I do, and maybe I don't.
Right. So we're coming up on the clock. We still need a wide receiver and a tight end. I was really hoping that either Jonnu or T. Higgins would fall, but unfortunately, neither of them have. What's the deal with Mike Evans? Why is he not getting drafted? He was projected as the wide receiver 1 last week.
It's probably the classic Q tag. Oh, he didn't practice.
He didn't practice last week either.
Is it Wednesday? That means
it's Thursday. We could take Sutton if you want.
I don't like Sutton.
You don't?
We can take him. I don't know. I guess he's good at football. I'm so biased. I don't think he's good. I don't know. I can't help it.
Can't unsee what was, but that's the same thing you would say with like Terry. Like Terry wasn't putting up good numbers prior to the emergence of Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I also talked shit about him all offseason, saying he was garbage. So
okay, well then you could, if this team wins, you could just give me the credit for the pick.
Yeah, Laporta.
I guess so.
That's not a strong convincing.
No, I really like Ertz. We could double stack this with Terry and Jaden Daniels.
No.
Okay, fine. Overruled.
No, I'll double stack, but I don't like double stacking with Jaden Daniels. He's the same thing as Allen. When he hits the ceiling, he's going to score a lot of rushing points.
Yeah, makes sense.
The thing with LeBron taking time off due to personal reasons, people think it's Diddy and Jay-Z. I don't even know what's going on with Diddy and Jay-Z. I only know sports, unfortunately. So I have no idea what you're talking about. I wish I did, but I really don't.
You'll also never find a bigger LeBron supporter than him. So, yeah. Just wanted to mention that.
Do you want to do a playoff basketball?
We could do a playoff basketball. Is there any? Are there any primetime slates this week? Like I guess you can't do the Thursday, Sunday anymore. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sad.
Tuna says, "Damn, my Cup has 0. I have him on a few playoff basketball teams. Yeah, I have him as well.
But you know what? We don't have him on our team. Oh no, wait, do we? I think we might.
might.
Damn, the team's dead.
Deader than dead. But yeah, I don't know if I finished saying it. I'm thinking about building like a quick sim to do like or to do like best ball advanced stuff. If I get bored tomorrow, I'll do it. It shouldn't take too long because I have like the methodology to sim like a single game, like a single slate. I just need to code it to be able to like handle like only picking the best whatever players.
Right.
Which shouldn't be too hard. Okay.
So while this, I don't know if this is gonna fill.
Yeah, I'll join the mitten. It's gonna fill quicker.
What's the mitten?
It's the $5 version. Same thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do the peasant one. So while we look at this, I know this is all about projecting who you hope or think is going to get to the Super Bowl. What teams in particular are you trying to build around here? I know it depends on the board, but like, is there a specific team or teams that you want to predict that make it there?
I'm just gonna let how it falls to me decide. Like, I don't like scrolling down. I like Minnesota's good. Just Jefferson's going too late. Green Bay,
I can give you the top 5 odds by division if you want.
Pittsburgh,
or conference, I should say.
Also, wait, I was getting into an argument the other day because no one wants to draft the Steelers in this, right? Russell Wilson's ADP is 45. What if Justin Fields was the quarterback? The Steelers would be going around too. It's a joke. People hate Russell Wilson.
You think that you think if Justin Fields was playing, the Steelers would be going higher?
Yes.
Oh, I disagree.
Do you don't remember in best ball when Russ had a calf injury and people were taking Justin Fields in round 12?
I wanted Justin Fields as our last round pick every draft.
Yeah, and
didn't work
out for you.
It didn't.
Well, I took a lot of Russell Wilson. I advanced absolutely 0 of Russell Wilson teams, so it doesn't even matter.
Also, just a quick unrelated side note. Who do you think is the wide receiver 5 right now? Total points.
JSN.
How did you know that?
Because it's just shocking enough, but like I did see he was up there pretty high.
Oh wow. You said that as if you were reading my mind before I asked the question so fast.
No, I just know ball and have loved JSN. So
since when do you know ball?
Since I got JSN right.
You're one of one.
Yeah. Mitch says I had 3 of 17 BBM teams advance, 0 Jamar, Barkley, Henry, shares of T Hill, Lamb, Bijan to start the bullets. Yeah, I think anyone who knows what they're doing has no Jamar or has no Barkley and Henry. So
that's what it seems like. It seems like that was the big miss in the underdog community was those like late round running backs.
I hope.
Early running backs.
I can't wait to fade 33-year-old running backs again next year. It's gonna be awesome.
It's amazing. Like, I think this week, other than McCaffrey, everyone that every running back in the top 28 of ADP is playing this week. It's crazy. Like no running backs got hurt this season. It's unbelievable.
We could do the Detroit.
Yeah, all right, let's do it.
Why
would you take Goff?
Let's do it anyway.
Yeah, fuck it.
So, okay, this is me not knowing ball. They're in the NFC, right?
This is I was talking to my fiance about this. And yes, they are in the NFC. So AFC
they're going to get the bye.
They're going to get the bye.
So we would need a second quarterback anyway, so it's probably good we don't have Goff.
We would need a third quarterback now. Well, I'll tell you the top 5 teams by the percentage, highest percentage. Chiefs, Buffalo, Steelers, Baltimore, Houston, Chargers.
Hold on, you got to go way slower than that.
Oh, sorry.
Buffalo, we're not doing Buffalo. We need Josh Allen.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we could do that.
Like Baltimore, Houston, and the Chargers.
Baltimore. Probably not Baltimore, yeah.
Yeah.
Houston, fine.
Houston and Chargers. Oh, Houston's attractive.
Yeah, that is attractive. And I like the Chargers. I think they're underrated. If we want, we can build it out where we do like Detroit is kind of like our shell. And then we do like 2 teams on the other side, like probably Houston, Pittsburgh, or Houston Chargers.
Okay.
Either way, I'm fine with that. But
Jameson Williams' ADP is 14.
Yeah, because he's on the team that's most likely to make the Super Bowl.
Wow.
If you deep dove into this, it would make sense.
I know it does. It's just like shocking to also see.
So do you want to do Laporta?
Yeah, we could totally screw this guy. Well, we have 2 picks. We could do Laporta and then Nico, and then just make this like.
Or do you want to do Nico Mixon?
I like Nico Mixon.
Yeah, that's probably what I lean to. I wouldn't want that. So we have 2 Detroit, 2 Houston. We really need to get Stroud. Probably reach for him just because I don't want to be locked out at quarterback and have to take like a bat like Russell Wilson naked.
Yeah,
Wilson.
Right.
But yeah, you'll see. Like if someone takes Stroud, it's going to be very fucking annoying, and I'm going to be reminded why I never play this. So.
Because they're going to take Stroud naked. Like, if you don't have Nico or Mixon, there's no justification for taking this. Also, it's very interesting that everyone went quarterback, and we're just like, yeah, we'll take the skill position players, which is kind of how I do all of my drafts, both dynasty, redraft, whatever. So this is fun.
It seems like everyone in here kind of knows what they're doing. This guy's doing a Detroit onslaught. This guy's doing Baltimore. This guy's got Philly. This guy's got
and the Chiefs,
Kansas City. And then Buffalo, Minnesota. Yeah, again, this is what you want. This actually helps.
It is, yeah, because then you could get everyone you want.
If we want to get greedy, we could do like Pickens, Najee, and then push both quarterbacks, and then try and take both of them at the next turn.
I like that. Let's do that.
But someone might try and do their back stack with Steelers. So.
I don't care. Who are they gonna take on the Steelers? Oh, there goes Najee. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I meant.
Okay, so we can pivot if you want, though. Some other teams.
Well, definitely not Pittsburgh now.
No, I know. Houston, Chargers.
Although we like
Denver.
Pickens goes. Okay, so definitely not that.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay.
We could do Chargers, like I said. That's probably what I would lean.
I'm good with Chargers. Do we go Dobbins though? Do we even pick him? Is he going to play? Not right now. Knee?
PCL sprain?
Yeah.
I mean,
we're on the clock.
Let's not pick him yet. Let's pick Stroud first. We have him queued up.
You want to take Stroud now? We could probably push it. They're like ADP's at only 30.
Push for what?
I don't know. We want Jordan Love?
No. I think we should just go with Houston and Chargers.
Okay.
I think so. Like, here's the thing: we don't have to take Tank Dell and Dalton Schultz yet because we have all of Houston. If someone takes them, they're stupid. Like,
you want to take McConkey?
So yeah, I'd probably take McConkey.
McConkey's probably the one that would most likely go without any sort of affiliation with the team.
And here's the thing, right? If the Chargers somehow make the Super Bowl, if you if they make the Super Bowl, you need McConkey because he's going to score at least 10 points, and like that's what you need to cash in the tournament.
Have you
So
done
like,
any of these?
here's our path, right? So we have. What'd you say?
Have you done any of these drafts like last year or no?
I did a few last year. Nothing. Like I said, I hate them.
Yeah.
It's just so annoying, like so frustrating to get sniped.
Yeah.
But like, so our path is going to be 3 players from an AFC team with the Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra, like Detroit Super Bowl.
Yep.
So we're just kind of hedging with like the left side, and then the right side is Detroit. So it's like we need the quarterback, we need, what is it? I don't even know who starts. 1 running back, 2 receivers, and a flex, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So like we're saying, if we get this right, Detroit definitely makes the playoffs. Definitely makes the Super Bowl. I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is
so
a Detroit bet.
If they make the Super Bowl, we're definitely using both of them. If we're not using them, something's gone terribly wrong.
Right. This will be heartbreaking. Like, imagine a team you're all in on just loses in the first round. Like,
yep,
brutal.
Exactly. Any A-Rich love this week in BR? I think he's fine. He's always got a ceiling, but
he's tough to like, man. It's hard to like a quarterback that probably is going to have single-digit completions.
Yeah.
Would we be surprised if he has 8 completions? Probably not. Is that a guy you want on your team to win $40,000? Probably not.
So if we get Tank Dell back to us, that'd be good. And then what do you want to do after that? Probably Herbert.
Because we only have one. We only have Stroud right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Houston definitely making the playoffs?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I don't know if that's true.
Houston has a 95% chance to make the playoffs.
Okay. What about the Chargers? They're probably 50.
Chargers are 90.
Really? Okay. Well, we just got 3 playoff teams locked and loaded.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These teams are all making the playoffs.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Where are the 49ers going? They're not going. Holy shit.
Really? 49ers have, going into this game, they had an 11% chance to make the playoffs.
And they're fading fast.
Wow.
I actually like this team a lot.
Yeah, this is a fun one. I wish we had Goff. That would have been even better. But
that's the problem is that it's so hard to get full Detroit onslaught now. I don't know. People may have been able to get it like when the contest first opened, but I still think it was kind of hard.
I think so too, because Detroit was always good. Like they're on like an 11-game win streak.
Yeah.
And they've looked good and dominant for the better part of the season. So I would not be surprised. It's funny to see like some of these, like scroll up a bit to the running backs on our team, like ADP or quarterback, like ADP 57, and we're picking him 40. Or it's just funny to see.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I know it doesn't matter, but it's just funny to look at.
So we have 2 picks left. Any leans? Do you want to, like, we could do like an advanced piece, like a first round, like good player who's going to make the playoffs. What?
Puka.
We could do that.
They have a 35% chance to make the playoffs. I mean, it's going to go down if they lose today. It's 3-3 at halftime.
Okay. I think that's fine. That'd probably be the only one I'd want to do.
Unless you don't want to, we could just draft like a player on Minnesota.
Well, here's the thing, right? So if we need, let's assume we're using Gibbs and Amon-Ra 100%.
Yep.
But we need one of these 3, one of Nico, Ladd, and Tank Dell in the Super Bowl, I mean. That's probably pretty locked, at least one of them. And then I think Mixon's probably a safe bet to use. So I think we're okay to do advanced pieces.
The best advanced piece is for sure Puka.
Yeah. The problem becomes if other people also have this, we're going to be heavily duping them.
Yep.
So that's where it helps to be like, oh, I'm just going to take, I don't know, like what if John Mechie catches a touchdown?
Yeah.
No one has him.
Right. That's a scroll down right there. Puka goes, Bucky goes. So how many more picks is this draft?
2.
What is it? 2 more?
2. Yeah.
So we don't need another quarterback.
Probably no Dobbins.
I like Johnston just because he could catch, like he always seems to just have the chance to catch like a 40-yard touchdown.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And that's what you need. Unfortunately, he drops a lot of them, but on the chance he catches one.
And then do you want to do Schultz or do you want to do like Mechie or Josh Palmer?
What about Gus Edwards?
Disley?
Disley's hurt.
Is he?
Yeah, shoulder. He's out for multiple weeks.
That might be okay because we're only going to use Disley in the Super Bowl anyway.
All right, that's fine. All right, we can take him.
Yeah,
Let's take it. Johnston and Disley. Is it even valuable to take a tight end in this league? Like, if you don't have to start them, why pick them? Like, they can't project possibly better than some of the wide receivers still on the board.
Well, it becomes kind of like DraftKings showdown stuff where it's like you just don't want to get duped with your last player.
Makes sense.
Because last year, if you remember, I think it was Jawan Jennings caught a touchdown. And he was in all the winning lineups.
He did.
Doc says, I feel like the Lions are a lock for the Super Bowl. I'm trying to get as many Chiefs Lions Super Bowl combinations as I can. Tough because probably both 1 seeds. Yeah, that is tough. If either one doesn't end up getting a bye and you do get through, then that would be very nice. But I would be taking a lot of one-offs, trying to advance from round 1.
This is where you take like a Puka or someone like that just as an advance piece in like round 9.
Yeah. I do think it is good right now to take as many Lions as you can, because as people start to get more bullish on them, it's going to be even harder. It was kind of like with the NBA playoff best ball last year. I did a few of those, and like the Celtics were like the entirety of round 1. It was like 1 through 5 were Celtics. It was unbelievable.
Really?
It was like Jokic and then 5 Celtics.
Well, guess what? They won.
Yeah, that was the worst part.
Interesting.
I like this team though. Yeah, I like this team a lot.
My closing thought is a response to Tuna. He said, for regular drafts, who do you like scrolling the F down? I'll give one player at each position that has an ADP of 35 or higher. Let's see. I think, okay, I'll make it 33.9 or higher. I think CJ Stroud could be a good pick this week. I really do. CJ Stroud against Miami, I've talked about it a lot. I think they have a chance to be one of the higher over-unders on the slate. So he's who I would probably like there. Rashad White at 35.6, fake ADP. I really like him if you want to get a little bit nastier. Braylon Allen, maybe. Isaiah Davis. I would probably go Braylon Allen if you really want to get gross, but that's who I would probably wind up going with. Brian Thomas at the wide receiver position, 35.8. Really like him. Mac Jones has been force feeding him the ball. He's a lock for like 80 yards. If he can get a touchdown, then maybe he can get 18 to 20 points. And then tight end, Grant Calcaterra. I jokingly said it last week. I said to Eric, what if we take Grant Calcaterra and he scores a touchdown, 9 points? He only had 3 targets, 16 yards. Not exciting, but him, and I do like Stone Smart actually. I think he has Stone Smart. Do you know who that is, Eric? Stone Smart is the
I don't know who Stone Smart is.
The Ballers do. Stone Smart is the backup tight end for the Chargers, replacing Disley, who, by the way, Disley had a great role in that offense before he got hurt. So I think Stone Smart with 2 T's could somehow sneak his way into like a top 7 tight end position if Herbert gets him the ball and McConkey is either limited or doesn't play.
You can do Stone Smart drafts on your own time.
I will.
We're not wasting the
S downs.
We're not wasting the Goobers time with Stone Smart.
Yeah. Tuna, I would like you to bookmark this and come back to it in about 5 days when Stone Smart has 15 points and he was the most optimal tight end on the week.
Yeah, we'll see.
But no, closing thoughts. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you. We will be back next week with our second Goober, Anthony. So if you guys like him more than us, thanks for riding it out with us. I know it was painful, but we will be back with our regular scheduled programming later next week, and we're excited to talk to you guys then.
All right, fellas. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Have a good night.